and welcome to Behind the Bet with your host, Mike Doober. So, we are live here at Radio Vegas Rocks.com, Las Vegas, the fabulous Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm Mike Doober. I've been here in Nevada for 20 years. And man, after 20 years, you get to see some stuff, boy. Yeah, a lot of people ask me too. They're like, how do you adjust to just getting to Las Vegas? You know, it's dry, it's hot, the heat. And I tell them that first year, it's so hot out here and it gets you. I remember when I was a kid, I moved here and it would just bother my head. The heat would get to me and I get sick a little bit. And they took me to the doctors. My mom took me to the doctors. And they were like, ma'am, your 5-year-old just has a early menopause. What? Hold on. First of all, my kid is a boy. So I'm pretty sure no 5-year-old is going to have menopause yet. Come on now. So yeah, and a lot of people ask like, how do you relate Las Vegas? Like, how is it to live there? Because a lot of tourists ask that too. I know. We hear it out here. And I tell them it's kind of like this story. When I was a kid, we used to go and get bubble gum at 7-Eleven. We'd get all the bubble gums. Like, we get that watermelon, the bubble gum, like that extra. We get 3 bubble gums that all taste like bubble gum. And we would walk home, and there would be this wall, this massive 20-foot wall. And we would stick the bubble gum on there to try and make like this bubble gum mural, you know? We had heard stories that in Seattle, like underground stories about this wall that just had bubble gum all over it. It looked like an angel, like a bubble gum angel.
Bubble gum angel. That's
Yeah. It's just this bubblegum angel. We wanted to recreate that. So me and my older brother and all the kids on the block, we would get the bubblegum and just stick it everywhere, you know? And then we noticed after a couple of weeks that we had something growing. It kind of looked like David Hasselhoff, just in the sand, looking around. So what we found out was that they weren't growing anymore. It was like at a plateau. And we're like, why is there disappearing bubble gum? So me and the neighbor D, we went and had our own little like stakeout, you know? Like we were kids, we thought we were cool. We brought pixie sticks to stay up. You know, we was doing all sorts of stuff just to stay up, drinking coffee. We were like 8, you know? And we found out that this kid around the corner, little Marcus, he was coming through and picking the bubble gum off the wall and reforming it and eating it and spitting it out. It was weird to see. You know, honestly, anyone that I've ever known named Marcus has been a little nasty. Little Marcus out there just having a saliva party in his mouth.
Marcus's.
Yeah, little Marcus spitting it out. Marcus, we found out later that little Marcus died of a staph infection. Yeah. It was sick too, and it happened at his work, so it was weird. They called it a double staph infection. Yeah. So that's how I see Vegas though. And everyone that comes into town is that bubble gum on the wall. And it gets hot out here, and you either fall off of that wall or you stay on there and ride it out. And little Marcus, he's that addiction out here. He's that everything, man. He's the casino. He's Steve Wynn, little Marcus, taking you off the wall and trying to throw you on the ground. Man, we were pissed about that bubble gum though. I see some crazy stuff out here. Let me introduce the man you see over here, Waz. He's up here on the computers doing the video.
WOZ.LOL is as simple as it is. Let's high five about it.
Yeah, there we go.
Good show. I already like it.
That's good. Thank you. 2 thumbs up. How long have you been in Las Vegas?
11 years.
Ooh, that's a term. Man, when's
Yeah.
your parole hearing?
Yeah, I just came up from the same desert though, so I still grew up in the Mojave Desert over in Apple Valley, California.
Oh, that's
Some of those
neighbor.
California transplants, yeah.
Yeah, we're neighbors. We grew up wishing we lived in each other's place.
Totally. Did you grow up in Vegas?
Yeah. I moved here when I was 5.
That's pretty rare.
It is. I left for a little bit, but you come right back. You know, like Lil Marcus spit me out, and I was like back on the wall, bro.
So you're official. You come with credentials.
Yeah. I went to El Dorado High School. My older brother played football with Steven Jackson over there.
I don't know who Steven Jackson is.
He played for the Rams, and he was one of the best running backs there was for a while. He's a little old now, but have you seen a lot of weird stuff here in 11 years?
I definitely have. One of the craziest things was Life Cube. Did you see that?
Life Cube.
Life Cube. This guy from Burning Man, is like a tech millionaire, rented a lot from Tony Hsieh at Zappos. This empty lot on Fremont Street. Built a 3-story cube building just to burn it down in this big event where a bunch of hippie folk gathered around, including me and a bunch of my homies, and everyone painted and wrote all over this cube and gathered in this big circle in this big parking lot on Fremont 10th, I think it is, Fremont 9th, and burned this cube down. It was insane.
Man.
It was a fire in the middle of downtown, like building on fire kind of fire, like a no joke fire.
That's wild. I can just picture all you like parents and their kids there, just kids all getting fucked up on
It was insane.
off
I
of that.
broke a neon sign with a plastic bow and arrow by mistake. I ended up sending Tony Hsieh a Facebook about it, and his representative hit me back and was like, "I really appreciate your honesty about that. Don't worry about it."
Man, that is that's funny. Tony Hsieh's a character too. I see him around, and you'll see him, and he just doesn't talk. He walks like a ninja. Like one day you'll be seeing Tony Hsieh in like a Wu-Tang sweatshirt, and not even like a good Wu-Tang one, but like the bright yellow one. You know?
You turn and look away to tell your friend, he turned back and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like a phantom.
Tony Hsieh will be outside of Zappos, his own company, begging for change. I swear, I seen this. He was eating a Slim Jim, right? You know, it's the weirdest thing. He passed me out a flyer for a show at the Gold Spike.
What?
Yeah. Tony Hsieh's weird like that. He's a ninja. Like you see him on the bus and stuff.
Anyone
You know?
around you at any moment could be Tony Hsieh. Yeah.
That's how you feel like in Las Vegas, especially when you're downtown. You know, you're like, unless you're at like a Starbucks downtown, you will not catch Tony Hsieh at a Starbucks. He's at that unheard of place. And woo. So I wanted to talk a little bit about Vegas. Someone had asked too, they wanted to know on the Instagram, what was the pros and cons of moving to Las Vegas? Waz, do you have any pros, cons living
there's
here?
An obvious con that you can't be outside during the day through most of the year. It's just worthless unless you want to become nocturnal. So if you're like a night person, you're set. Nights are nice, and there's parks you can do stuff in. They're not as crowded. But during the day, things are either too hot, or too crowded. One or the other.
Get it out. You gotta get them out.
So you got to go to the edge of town. The edges of town are really cool, but then it's the same thing as like suburbs in California, but half the price. So giant. That's my advantage is that everything costs less to do that you can imagine. Taxes are less. No income tax at all. So
That's
everything
true.
government money wise that you'd normally pay the government in California, you pay like a fourth of it here.
Yeah, and Las Vegas, we know how to get around things. You know, we do that slot machine, that whitewash.
You can drive almost anywhere in half an hour, 45
True.
if there's traffic.
Yep. We got someone yelling in here. They yelling, Mike? Where are we at here? Man. So one thing that I've seen
my
crazy.
mic was muted. I didn't unmute my freaking mic. How silly. But I'm sure they heard me in your mic.
The whole time. Hopefully.
Sorry
Hopefully.
about that.
There we go.
I've done worse. It's
We're-
the first episode.
We're on now. So the other day it was weird. I was driving down Tropicana, which is one of the bigger streets, and I was just going a little west, and I seen something that appeared to be a casino, right? Like one of those small ones that you would see out there in like Hendertucky or out there in the sticks. And you're like, oh, wow, let me check this out, right? So I kind of slowed down a little bit. And then I seen it wasn't a casino. It was actually a full-on 24/7 daycare.
That looked like a casino.
It was
That's
lit.
a party.
I mean, yeah. I went to stop and I realized it wasn't a casino because I was like, man, I would have lost both my money and my kid. Man,
I wish I had stuff like that growing up. It was like casino style daycare. It was just like crab apples in the ground and like a rusty slide. That's all I had nearby.
a rusty slide.
Yeah, I didn't have cool lights to look at. I always wanted blinky lights as a kid. So here I got it.
Here in Vegas, they used to have slides, but they're in the casinos. You go to that
You'd burn
daycare.
yourself. You'd melt all your skin off outside with a slide.
Yeah, they just my parents, they used to leave us just at the arcade, right? And it was just like have fun, you know. And like you always knew the kid that was a little strange back then. He was the one that was licking the joystick.
Oh no.
Yeah,
That's an assortment of flavors on
yeah.
that.
If you're at Boulder
joystick.
Station and your kid is 7 years old and he's licking joysticks, yo, you better Mortal Kombat that kid to right to the psych ward.
That's got to be like a gobstopper, though. He's got to work through one layer and taste like another generation's hands under different layers on there. It's probably like a time traveling mouth adventure. Like, who knows? We might all be missing out on this joystick thing. We might like experience what our grandfathers like tasted, like, what they had on their hands. Look at these old joysticks.
My grandfather probably had like parsley. Everything
Yeah.
he touched tasted like
You
parsley.
get to that parsley layer and you know you're working. That joystick's almost done. You gotta
So-
find a new machine.
First episode, I was actually pretty nervous today, and I just wanted to confess that I was getting ready, and I didn't know if I should wear my eyebrows over my hat
Like over under the hat.
or if I should have like tucked them in. What do you think?
No,
Tucked?
You never want to hide your eyebrows.
There we go. That's
Yeah.
a solid.
That's right. I know.
Solid answer right
Good
there.
answer
You
on that.
you gotta let them out.
You got to.
You know, I
You
feel
trust
like
a man. How do you trust a man who hides his eyebrows?
No.
There's no trust there.
What about trims them?
Well, you got to put something there. You got to help people out. If you hide the bone, if you've just got raw eyebrow bone, that still gives people a clue what's going on. But if you hide everything above the eye, you're just sneaky. That's
He's a raw bone.
Yeah.
If you're showing eyebrow bone, I can't fucks with you.
That's okay.
No.
You just have to have that eyebrow zone exposed.
Oh,
but if you're
man.
just peeping under just hat and then peeping, that's so dangerous. That's the guy
Like what
don't
you
wanna-
got up? No, you got something up there.
Yeah.
You're hiding a couple rocks or something in your brows. Right?
There's something you don't want to show me about your expression.
Oh man, yeah. I get a lot of comments about the eyebrows though, and people want to hear about it. I do actually on stage comedy, on stage stand up, and people call them out. Like I'll have people be like, "Yo, what's up with your brows? Like, let's talk about those bitches."
Maybe you should wear a more colorful
Why?
shirt so there's something to talk about besides these eyebrows. Because, like, that's not the first thing I notice about anyone. Is eyebrows. Where are you going where people are eyebrow focused?
I'm serious. Like I think people are actually looking at me in the eyes sometimes, but they're looking at the brows. I don't know. They're majestic.
You should be so lucky. I'm jealous.
Yes, definitely. Let's go back to the topic of Vegas. I wanted to see a perspective from someone that has lived on a certain side of town. So when you've lived here 11 years, is there a majority side of Las Vegas you like?
Yeah.
You prefer?
I have an easy answer on that. The west side is the best side.
Uh-oh.
The east side's just old. It's not about anything about what's financial or racial on either side. The west side, all the stuff is built more recently.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay. All right. I don't know. I
mean-
was born on the east side. I love the east side. There's a little east side in my heart. East Las Vegas is definitely somewhere that you would go for like the best meth in Las Vegas. It's a
culture.
strange place. Also, you could get some of the best street food out there.
Yeah.
Some of the best almost rob situations. I had a guy on the east side recently try to rob me, and he asked me politely if he could rob me, which I found a little strange. But like, if you're gonna take my phone and then try to get on the SoundCloud too, like my phone's gone. Like that's how Vegas thugs, man. Vegas thugs, Vegas thugs. But the West Side, do you have places that you like to go out when you're not working or focused on radio?
Well, I love Fremont Street, and that's not really West Side, but that's the thing. I always drag people there. It's so much cool stuff to look at. Some of the coolest stuff is on the East Side, but it's that coziness on the West Side that's like, oh, I know what's going on over here at least.
Yeah.
But some of the parks, though, is the thing, too. When I want to relax, sometimes it's just like find the park with the most trees. Angel Park on Durango is a move.
Angel Park does not sound safe whatsoever.
No, it's a deceiving name. And maybe it's not, and I'm just like delusional, but there's so many trees that the grass actually gets a chance in most places. So that's a move. There's a weird tunnel. That was fun back in the day, going the weird tunnel with some friends. There's this underground tunnel that's supposed to be for water, but you can just walk all the way to the rampart basically over there. It's spooky. Sometimes there's people echoing in the tunnel, and you get down there and they're not there, and you turn and there's Tony Shea.
Tony Shea's handing out loans in the tunnel for small business. Yeah. You need your small business loan. You go over there to Zappos, boy. They zap that right up. And you know what? It's kind of cool though, because he gives out loans for people that have a passion for something but don't know nothing about it. Just expecting that your passion is gonna like turn into some like millennial powers and just explode into business ethics.
Yeah. The business shrapnel.
Yeah. Tony Shea be out there living every day like it's Fortnite. Not even the game. He's in there living like it's like that party where you wait and dance.
Just that part.
Yeah. He's all right guy though. I mean, he talks to me every now and then. I was a chef in this town for 13 years, and I was at a restaurant downtown that he had owned part of it. So they was just blowing out tables, and he was like, "Look, for the next 3 days, anyone who comes in with this color T-shirt is gonna get a free meal."
That's wild. That's like a Chuck E. Cheese kind of move. That's insane.
Yeah. One of the strangest things I seen in Las Vegas was Louis Anderson came in. It was an open kitchen, right? So you could just look out and see everything. So we had whipped him up just a steak is all he wanted. And then he just sat there with his knife and his plate waiting for it, Louis Anderson style. And we're all cooking for him. I'm like, that's super cool. I mean, he was funny back in the day, you know? Like, I haven't heard from him in a while, but he's a cool guy. So he gets his steak, and then server comes running back and is like, chef, we need every sauce we have. I'm like, what? Every sauce. So we were like throwing ranch. We was throwing everything that had also been mixed with ranch, mustard. The whole 9 yards went to this dude's table. He had the sriracha. He had that Louisiana.
Like a sauce fanatic.
Yeah, he had demi-glace, everything, right? So he throws it all on his plate and whisks it all up with this little fork. Maybe it wasn't a little fork, but it looked little on him.
Yeah, for sure.
And he just sat there and ate like this mystery sauce steak.
I don't even know what demi-glace is. That sounds like it's for a countertop.
Yes, it's also a food product as well. You can find that like next to the Fabuloso.
It's another word I don't recognize.
Fabuloso.
Fabuloso? Isn't
It's
that
a
like
dollar
a spray
store.
cleaner?
Yeah.
Like a dollar store cleaner?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was in that Fabuloso era.
Oh, man. So Vegas, you see some crazy things. Have you ever witnessed anything crazy downtown?
Well, on Fremont Street, again, I hate to bring it back there, but that's pretty consistent on that. There's naked people that just like get people to have photos with them, no matter what. They either have to be extra ugly or extra pretty. There's no in-betweeners going around naked on Fremont. It's like you want to shock somehow with your nudity. People that are kind of boring nude, none of that. So that's an interesting statistic going on over there.
Yeah.
Oh, and Transformers, it's like you're nude or dressed like a vehicle over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of transformers out there. It's just like, LA, New York, all these major cities. And a lot of people debate actually back and forth on both. Like, is it okay to have naked strippers outside? Like why keep what you want to keep them caged indoors?
Yeah.
Like,
You want to cage your naked people?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Oh, the strip clubs are gonna lose money. No, they're not. People are still gonna
No.
get lap dances just because there's naked girls out on Fremont. And let the tourists love it. So like locals should just. I'm sorry. I'm pro strip and downtown. A lot of people dog on the strip, but that's our major business, and a lot of people
Yeah.
work down there. So we have to keep that tourism going, and that's our manner out here. Like you're raised like that. You're raised that like the tourists gotta come in, and
You
we
have
gotta-
to appreciate them because they're
yeah.
paying your taxes.
I love a lot of them because they're out here partying hard, man. The craziest partiers I've ever seen in Vegas come from Chicago.
Really?
Oh yeah, they go so hard, man.
What do you think about like they're finally out of the cold? They're like thawed out. We get those joints moving around. Finally, they go crazy.
You're like the first time Han Solo came out.
It's like, oh shit.
He's just like you're harder now, like you're coming out, like you just respawned up,
Yeah, they get loosened up over here.
Yeah, they
thawed
get
out.
And then you'll get a lot of people from here in Vegas. You get a lot of people from England, and they're just so like, they don't even want to talk to you. Like they're so cold sometimes, man. I had a girl from England the other night. We were out on the strip, and she was yelling, swearing at me and stuff for no reason.
Out of nowhere? Like
Yeah.
you were nearby and she needed to swear?
Yeah, she was just drunk. I think I was talking about birds, and she thought I was talking about them. I don't know.
Why you just talk about birds? That comes up a lot on the strip. It's like,
Yeah, I mean,
there's not a lot to look at in the bird family.
Man.
That's just a go-to for you. Sometimes there's birds on the mind.
Yeah, because you see them you see birds, and I've always wondered a lot of stuff about like how they act, because they're nuts, man. They go straight at you, especially here in Vegas. They in the cities, they'll go straight at you. People feed them. I never understood people feeding birds. Like, it's really not good for anything. Like, they're gonna get eaten after you feed them. It's like so you're basically trying to play God by sit over here and feed birds.
Yeah, they're getting smarter too, man. Soon we're gonna have to let them vote. And then there'll be Jim Crow laws with actual crows.
Oh man, I don't. Crows. That was a good movie though. I used to watch stuff like that back in the '90s.
The
I'm
Crow?
a '90s kid. The Crow, yeah. It tried to like turn people on to like accepting birds. You know what I'm saying? Because
people weren't accepting birds for a while there.
no, not at all. Like, man, I don't know who gets treated better, like animals or like homeless people sometimes. Like,
Yeah, seriously.
crazy. Oh man, the homeless people here in Vegas though, they're really happy. I heard a lot of people talking about this. Like, if they put out a study, I guarantee pretty close to it that the Vegas homeless population are one of the most happiest homeless populations in the entire world. Like,
I'm happy to hear you say that because it looks really hot. It looks like none of them are not tan.
oh, well, they live a lot of them live underground. Like we have, everyone in Vegas knows this. Us locals, we know this. Like there's when it rains, like there's just a large amount of homeless people out, and they're super cool around here in Vegas. Like you see them out there dancing, like on Fremont Street. Like that is lit. Like
They're
this
not
is a
like
good vibe.
angry, yelly homeless people. We have some of the chillest homeless for sure. They
Yeah,
usually
like-
approach all polite and stuff. I have to say that's for sure.
I think, are we almost ready for a break here?
Dang, we are hauling butt.
We are going to be coming back, and I have a mixed cereal of the week. And let me say, it looks pretty good. There is some graham crackers here, and we got some bacon as well.
Yeah, that's the highlight. And a
Yeah.
whole plethora of cereals you were telling me about earlier.
Yeah.
Mixed cereal of the week. Eating. Nobody
Yeah.
doesn't like eating. We all got to get our eating on at some point.
Yep, and we're gonna talk about some restaurants out here too, because I like food. If you don't like food, I don't know what to tell you. Like, go.
It's like the main thing you do being alive. Like you wake up and then it's all about eating, and then you sleep again.
Exactly. Either you're eating or you're dieting, and
Or you're dying.
Yeah, two of them are healthy, I guess, for you. All right, so we are gonna go to
Commercially time.
commercial. Get them bills paid. Let's go, guys.
RadioVegas.rocks, where Vegas goes to rock. There's big news coming out of Vegas. Your friends from RadioVegas.rocks wants to give one lucky listener a chance to win 2 VIP tickets with airfare and 3 days, 2 nights stay to see one of the greatest bands. It's the hottest residency in Vegas. We're talking about Aerosmith! All you got to do is download the free RadioVegas.rocks app and register to win. All information can be found at www.radiovegas.rocks. One lucky winner will get 2 VIP seats on stage. That's right, on stage to see Aerosmith live, November 21st in Las Vegas at the Park MGM. Aerosmith and RadioVegas.rocks.
Is your butt a crudely built birdhouse?
No.
Then why are you sanding it with toilet paper? Dude wipes have aloe vera to protect your sensitive side. See? Sensitive.
Come on, dude, take it to the hole.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happened. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
800-561-6947. 800-561-6947. 800-561-6947. Again, that's 800-561-6947.
Have you been thinking about taking an Alaskan vacation? Well, now you can book an Alaskan cruise tour with YMT Vacations and immediately save $250 per person. Call YMT Vacations today. We've been helping people take the vacation of a lifetime for over 50 years. And right now, if you've been thinking about what it would be like to go on an Alaskan cruise, now with our $250 per person instant rebate is the perfect time. Call right now for details. And if Alaska isn't on your bucket list, we've got over 50 guided tours to different locations worldwide. Call right now for your free brochure. So if you're looking for the perfect cruise tour to Alaska or the perfect guided vacation package, you need to call YMT Vacations to book right now or for our free brochure.
800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. 800-213-9256. That's 800-213-9256.
Are you tired of Mexican places that use store-bought salsa on their food? Then you need to come on down to Pinch's Tacos. Not only is everything delicious, but it's fresh. There is steam coming up off the tortillas. And with a full bar, you can make a Cinco de Mayo any time of the year. Make sure you order one of their blood orange margaritas and mention Radio Vegas and get a free Gringo Taco. Gringo Taco. That's right, a free Gringo Taco. So come on down to Pinch's Tacos where there's no wall between you and authentic Mexican flavor. Gringo Taco offer only good at 9205 West Russell Road.
It's the Rockin' Comedy Show. The Rockin' Comedy Show.
Yeah, I know things.
That's very good.
I also have Google.
Yeah.
I love it when people go, "Can you give me directions?" Like, haven't you heard of Google?
Oh.
Like, why are you bothering me for directions now?
Yeah.
I don't want you to.
All I have to do is give you my address. That's it.
Do you have an iPhone or do you have an Android?
I have an iPhone.
Have you asked Siri why fire trucks are red?
Why are fire trucks red?
Don't you have to say, "Hey Siri" to get it?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, why are fire trucks red?
She's not answering you.
What the hell? Oh, I have to pay my bill. Hey Siri,
Make sure she's on speaker.
why are fire trucks red?
I'm pretty sure it's to match the big red lights.
No, that's not the right answer. Ask him again. Why did you made him a dude? Is that so you get the right directions?
Okay. See, that's funny.
I know. That's why I said it.
Yeah.
It's the Rockin' Comedy Show. The Rockin' Comedy Show.
Does your mother know what you're doing for a living?
The station your mom told you about. RadioVegas.rocks.
All right, and we are back in the studio. We're gonna go live here on Instagram. We are live there too, and on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch.
All the tubes, all the Twitches. Yeah, for sure. Cover your nipples, because Twitch has that nipple detection algorithm. They're hard on that.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Dang,
Twitch is harsh.
I thought that was how like cam girls like log in.
Yeah, not on Twitch, not anymore. Let me say hi to your Insta. Hey. So now they know what the top half of my head looks like.
And we got
handled.
a face. All right. So the cereal taste. So I love cereal, and some of you guys know this because you follow me. Cereal is more than food for some people. Cereal's a hobby. It's a breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner, in between, get between. I've seen couples mix it. Dude, you never even know what happens with cereal. It's just one of those foods. And I've been mixing cereal now for about 6 years. It's like another level. So here we got.
And this looks like ramen quality. Like you see that top ramen, then you see these people that do that hardcore ramen. This is like that hardcore
cereal.
It's colorful. It looks like a leprechaun got mixed up in here.
Leprechaun met a drunk person and kind of just made this. But it's a play on s'mores. So what we have is Lucky Charms, some Cheerios, some of them Cocoa Pebbles, graham crackers, and last but not least, cooked bacon. Not candied. Sorry, it ain't that soft. Candy, yes. All right, let's douse this. Cereal addicts know as well. We live and die by that almond. I got some of that almond from Costco. Costco almond milk.
The milk of the almond.
The milk of the nuts. A lot of people try to dog on the milk of the nuts, but we're going to douse and then we're going to try it. You got to use a good amount. Some people like too much of the milk.
It looked like you got it to right where they start to lift up. That was one of those commercial pours. That was the pour you see the little kid do. Man, the Macaulay Culkin pour. He just did that Macaulay Culkin pour. So this cereal's all Culkined up.
All Macaulay Culkin cereal.
Yeah, it's that Culkin Deluxe.
Right.
Do I get to take
Give
the
it a
first
try.
bite?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm guinea
Go
pigging this.
ahead.
Now, I hate that ASMR crunching on the mic, so I'm getting a little further from that, but you can watch my enjoyment. Be sure to subscribe on Radio Vegas Rocks, just YouTube, Radio Vegas Rocks, all one word, to subscribe to more cereal witnessing. All right, I'm going to get a good variety of everything on the spoon.
Cereal it up.
It feels
Let's
spoiled.
see. Let's show the Instagram. Cereal.
Oh, man.
Is it good? Everything with bacon they say is good, but
I didn't
cereal.
get bacon in that bite. Really good. Bacon and graham cracker bite. Here we go.
All right. We're good. Is it bad? Tell me if is that bad?
So good.
So good.
Well, the bacon was such a good idea.
It tastes like a s'mores maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty,
Get
this
this guy.
fell over.
Flip
Look
like
at
that.
that.
You're all good.
Do you have any favorite breakfast places?
Roberto's.
Yep.
No, I like that Taco Bell too. Del Taco. I like to go Del Taco and have the breakfast burrito put in a bowl, like a bowl burrito, just like no tortilla, and they give you a little plastic bowl, which probably isn't good for whales, but like, I don't know how else to deliver it to me.
Yeah. I don't know. Breakfast places, Roberto's is like the heart and soul of soaking up alcohol in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Roberto's, you would see like soaking up alcohol all over the ground everywhere you go in Las Vegas. Summerlin would be loaded with that body juice, be drunk all everywhere. So
yeah, red sauce or green sauce, everybody. Holler in the comments if you're on that red sauce tip or that green sauce. What about yourself? Red or green?
I go with their red.
You're red
Honestly,
too?
I'm a red person
I
when it
think
comes
green
to the sauce.
is like twice as more common, but I'm a red person too.
It is.
Give me
They're
a high five for the red, and I'm gonna check the comments on Facebook on the
Awesome.
station.
Cool. So yeah, that red sauce is good. It's got a heavy chili flavor out there in Roberto's, and a lot of that green sauce a little too gelatinous for me. And now that we're talking about food, I will say the underdog of food, in my opinion, is Jell-O. The most
forgot all
underrated
about
food
it. I forgot
in
Jell-O existed.
the world. If you have a sore throat, what do? You eat Jell-O. There's a lot of pudding poppers out there. I've witnessed, like they be on that pudding tip, but Jell-O's just like the Justin Bieber of food. I mean, it's soft, but it wants to be hard, but everyone just wants it soft. Like that's the best way to go is with Jell-O. We'll talk about Jell-O later because I'll just be randomly in line somewhere and start talking to people about
yeah, Jell-O
Jell-O.
wants to be hard, but no one wants it hard.
Nah,
Just like Justin Bieber.
yeah, Jell-O is like ice with flavor.
And like cow knees in it, like the cartilage in there. I can't stop shaking that. I can't shake that thought of the Jell-O having like knee stuff in it. Like gooey knee goo.
It's like beef marrow, bone marrow.
Yeah, I don't
that
like thinking about
gelatinous
marrow.
in there.
Marrow is
Something
not like
about the word that turns you
yeah,
off.
it's like the moist marrow.
Hmm.
I'm not hungry when I hear that.
Okay, so restaurants. Do you have any favorite full service restaurants?
Full service, like
Yeah.
they bring it all. They clean my feet and stuff, and
In Vegas, yeah, they do
massage my
that for you.
scalp.
Yep. Any?
Peppermill, because you can go downstairs and there's like a water feature and lights that change color, just all that daycare stuff. That's what I'm looking for in a restaurant. That was a comment from Crazy J on our stream, mentioned that a casino is just like already like a daycare. Yeah, it's just everything's basically a daycare here. That's the metaphor.
It is, yeah, for sure.
Three Angry Wives pub. I know you've been there.
I have been to Three Angry Wives,
Yeah.
yeah.
Over in Boca Park in Summerlin.
Yeah, that's a Patriots bar actually.
Really?
Yeah, they get crazy over there for Pats games, and it gets a little rowdy too.
It's Irish. There's some Lucky Charms going on over there.
Yeah. They ring a little bell and stuff. It gets wild. I've been there I used to go when my oldest son, when he was young, I used to take him for St. Patrick's Day there. And they used to have this big blowout in the parking lot. Usually like Mark and Mercedes be there. Like they would have some local celebs coming through, and it would just get wild with some Irish music. And by noon, I would already be there with my kid, and he would be like chilling and stuff. And there would be like a drunk person trying to start a fight with him over like a napkin or something.
Those napkin fights. Look out. You have a lucky napkin. Things get territorial.
I'm a big person when it comes to being in public and people being in my space too much. Like I think especially while I'm eating, that goes down. It's like a 2-inch rule kind of, like if you're sitting
within 2 inches of someone when you're eating ever.
Yeah, ever. Elevator, 2 inches.
Jeez, yours is little. Mine like 1.5 feet. Don't get 1.5 feet from me eating.
No,
like right now, I'm like right in the danger zone. Eating this even near you is awkward.
So we're in an elevator though. Elevator is a different situation. You get a lot of people in there and it gets packed.
You're
And
just waiting for
2
another
inches.
elevator.
2 inches. Like, you don't come within 2 inches of someone, especially if you've been in elevators like I've been in elevators. You know, like them elevators that you wish you took the stairs kind of elevators. You know what I mean? Like, and then the stairs look bad, and you're like, man, is there a way I could jump? Is there like an emergency exit I don't know about?
Have you got stuck in one?
I have been stuck in an elevator one time after work at New York, and the OSHA people talked to me on the phone.
Oh no!
Yeah, and they plugged through a girl too. I'm like, I know you guys have other people too. Like, you just trying to make me feel more comfortable. So they just sat there and talked to me. I'm pretty sure we played 20 questions or something like that. Like, that's their job.
How long were you in there?
45 minutes, man.
Okay.
It would have been a tough time without her, like, for sure. You know, I was going through some stuff, and that, you know, it was a little crazy little time in my life.
Oh man, I was like the Rio or the Mardi Gras or something like that, or parking garage elevator. I think it was the Rio. I got stuck. It was close to 40 minutes too. No one talked to me, and the elevator jumped down a floor all of a sudden out of nowhere just to make me extra scared. And then the maintenance guy finally comes with his little toolbox. The door opens, and I just immediately, as the door is opening, jump out. And he looks at me like, why are you acting all superhero-y? It's just an elevator I'm going to work on. You know, I just came from this elevator that just moved all random and wouldn't let me out, and no one wanted to talk to me on the thing at all. They're just, someone's coming.
I can picture you getting out, and they throw like one of those like blankets over.
Yeah, well, that's what I was expecting. I wanted that, and it was just some guy staring at me like I was some wussy thinking I gotta jump out the door. But I mean, I was just in a room that was moving around. Of course, I'm gonna jump out the door.
Anytime something like this happens, like, my idea goes to, in these situations, if I'm coming out in an elevator for hours by myself, I want like an old lady to like be there when I open the door. And she just pets me on the back, and she's like, "It's okay, mijo. It's okay, mijo." And then I'm comfort right away. I'm like, yes.
I felt like I deserved that, and I didn't get it. I just got a guy looking at me with his taco box as a toolbox, like, you know, thinking I was the wussy. This elevator must do this to him like all the time. He's like over it.
It's like I've seen this way. Last time it was a girl, buddy, and you know, she was much cooler than you about it. She didn't ask for a blanket. Dick.
Elevator pussies.
Out here in Vegas, you see some crazy stuff. Restaurants, sit-down restaurants. Let me get back to this topic. Sorry, we're talking about
sit-down restaurant, full service.
Full service, yeah. I think more restaurants should serve Jell-O.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's things that can be done that haven't been done with the Jell-O, right?
Yes, fruit in the middle.
Some non-parallels on it, or what are those things called?
Yeah, you could have like
non-parallels. That's not it at all.
Who would not buy a Jell-O kebab?
Oh wait, you're onto something with that.
Yeah,
that's a new delivery method.
And you know, like the fruit goes through the stick first. Yeah. And you just be sitting there at like the neighborhood block party and stuff, you know, just chewing on that Jell-O kebab. You know what I mean?
When I get drunk from Jell-O, I appreciate it more. That's the thing.
Yes.
Because I used to think Jell-O shots were just an excuse to give away less alcohol until I had Jordan Best Grimm from DJ Fade. You guys know the Faded and Elevated show. Check out the schedule page on radiovegas.rocks for her show. Anyway, cool show. She plays a lot of rad underground electronic music too. Anyway, party at her house, she knew how to make a Jell-O shot. She introduced me to what Jell-O could be.
Well, Jell-O, it could be a lot of things if people just put their mind to it. Like,
and enough alcohol into the Jell-O shot.
Yeah, you could put anything, man. If you're feeling lazy and you don't want to chew that day, you could just toss them little bad boys back like oysters.
Just a meal replacement Jell-O.
Or you get some Jell-O and throw it on a kebab, soak that in alcohol, bring that out, and you share that with Susan down the street at her block party, at her house welcoming.
I'm thinking like protein shake, meal replacement Jell-O, like slam of Jell-O in the morning.
Yeah.
Protein Jell-O.
I mean, I'm wondering if we could get something else inside of Jell-O. Like they put other things, like let's get like a hole in the Jell-O and let's inject that with a shot of some straight hurricane right out the jar, you know, like something sweet.
Yeah, like a Jell-O tornado. Like a bunt cake of Jell-O.
Yeah.
Jell-O bunt.
That's what I'm talking about. Or we could do like Jello towers, like they do over there at Yard House. You get them Jello
Yard houses?
towers.
Jello towers?
No, they got
They
onion
should.
rings, but we can make mold out rings.
Oh, the
you know what I
onion
mean?
ring
You just
tower,
like,
okay.
like an onion tower. You
It's
can
like a
mold out.
Jello donut kind of situation.
Jelly donut. You got to
But
play
it
on
is
words. huh?
Transparent donut.
Yes, I like transparent donuts.
Transparent
That's
food's
what's up.
kind of underrated in general.
It is underrated because people don't think they can see what they're eating.
Like, what is it really entering me at all? What's this real?
If you could see through your food, did you really eat anything? Like I could picture a monk sitting there trying to eat it, like just thinking about life.
Yeah.
Like I can't even see my food. What is going on?
Oh man. I don't think I've ever eaten cereal faster than this bowl of cereal too.
It was
Like,
good, huh?
Well,
You really liked it?
The salt in the graham crackers just lit things up. It was like little firework explosions of cinnamon sugar bursts from the graham crackers, and then the bacon brought it down. The bacon was that blanket out of the elevator.
The blanket.
Yeah, it gave me that bacon lit blanket.
What time are we off here?
Blanketed.
Soon?
This is hauling butt, man. Your show.
Yeah, it's flying
we're
right
like
by.
in the last 10, 12 minutes already, and it's been a party. Congratulations. First episode, everybody. Holler, share, like, stay tuned.
Yeah, we're gonna start wrapping it up for the day. I hope everyone had fun. Everyone who watched on Instagram, I hope you find your way to YouTube, Twitch, or to Facebook.
Was there a last thing that you wanted to mention before things get too wrapped up? Was there another restaurant? Because you heard my sit-down favorite. What's your favorite sit-down favorite?
My favorite sit-down restaurant is Carson Kitchen.
What's
downtown Las Vegas off of Carson and 6th. And it's a very trendy place, but man, their food, they got a bacon jam there that crushes all bacon jams, like other bacon jams, ones that served in jars at your local Albertsons don't even taste as good as this.
So wait,
It's so
bacon
good.
jam? I thought you were just being like colloquial, like, oh, this bacon's my jam. You're talking about like a jam preservation of bacon?
Yeah, you cook it down
You
with
can spread
sugar
it?
and stuff. You know, like you spread it on a baguette, and they do it with melted brie cheese. Oh, man, you just stuck there for a minute eating it. Like you don't even know what happened. Your mouth thinks it just went to Mardi Gras for the first time. Like party everywhere.
Nice. You know what that reminds me of? And this is a sponsor, fair note, but Juan's Flaming Fajita and Cantina.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan's has been hooking us up at the station for a long time. That's a consistent, like, high-class Mexican thing. But then if you want that high-class Mexican flavor and, like, a casual food truck kind of thing, there's Pinche's Tacos. Pinche's Tacos has, like, faux food truck inside their restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. But also, if you mention RadioVegas.rocks, you can get at Pinche's Tacos a free gringo taco if you buy a blood orange margarita, which is like a pair of things that go together awesome anyway.
I guarantee you that is the first and only Mexican restaurant that gives away gringos.
Just hand them away on a
Yeah,
little
usually
leash.
gringos cost a lot of
Just
money
this
on the
little white
streets,
kid
guys.
follows you out there. You just get to keep them.
Oh man, that sounds good though. I like food, and Las Vegas definitely has some good food. We have some overpriced food that isn't as good as that plate should be worth. But you know,
Jesse
there's time,
Ray's
man.
barbecue is a good one for that.
Oh, Jesse
good
Ray's.
price on the brisket.
Yeah.
we slammed some Jesse Ray's brisket the other day. That's a killer one.
Nice. I like brisket. Brisket's good, and brisket is hard to do, man.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time, and you don't want to dry that brisket out. No one likes a dry brisket. If you do, you just better start like getting some liquid up in that thing. Like get it on the
you want a
pot,
gooey
chop it
brisket.
up, and you better just turn it. You better turn it into like reincorporated McRib at home Sammy's. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, Sammy, that's that heater right there. That's
manual
hot.
McRib.
That homemade McRib. That's the heater.
There's these
Give me
signs
some
outside McDonald's last winter that I swear said clear McRib. It was some way the letters had torn or something. And I was like, how they do that? It's like transparent McRib. Like you can see through the bone. Because it's all just flavored jelly anyway. They should
But
do that,
I
like
mean, everyone
Crystal
likes
McRib.
jelly, man. That's Jello. It's a derivative of Jello.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
everyone
the future.
likes that.
Clear bread, transparent bread. Yeah. So, if we're gonna tail off the end, just say bye to everybody. But also, if you're listening on RadioVegas.rocks, be sure and stay tuned because we've got other rad shows. You can check out the schedule page.
Next week, we have a guest on, and she is a promo model for local state grower, marijuana grower.
Oh, it's gonna get into the 420 episode already on episode 2.
She's just
420 episodes.
I mean, we could or could not have a 420 episode. It depends on how things go.
You're gonna have a grower on. It's gonna gradient.
Well, she's
into
she's a promo for State Flower. State Flower. She's bringing by some shirts for us.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, they say State Flower on them, so that's a Vegas, Nevada thing. Even my listeners out there in Reno, you know who you are. You out there in Reno listening. It's one love, even though we hate each other sometimes. That Reno Vegas rivalry.
Yeah, for sure. So be sure to hunt you down on your socials. Mike Doober, Doober. Yes.
Instagram is Mike_Doober, Doober. Facebook is that Michael space Doober, and Snapchat is Mike Doober. All
yeah.
right.
Yeah, and the thing is, we got that 420 growy touch at least occurring a little bit next episode. And Doober, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that association. That's a way to remember it.
Oh,
that's
Doobie.
one way.
Yeah, boy.
The Doobie situation. So check us out next week. Check out Mike and stay tuned to RadioVegas.rocks.
All right, guys. Later.
Keeping you rocking from the 60s to today. We are RadioVegas.rocks.